Hey everybody, I just wanted to take a second to talk to you about our click and loop rig on Mainstage and walk you through just some of the general stuff that you might need to do on the weekend. So let's take a look at it. I have opened up right now a blank template for click track that I've made, and whatever we have at the church will look something similar to this, probably the same thing. So first step is to go ahead and come over here to the channel strip settings and hit your settings button and say show metronome channel strip. This is important because your metronome is going to be where you figure out whether or not your click track is going and why. I have the output down here set to my click and cues bus, so you'll want that. It then routes over to the click and cues bus and then is panned all the way to the left. So you'll want to make sure that it's panned all the way to the left so that if you do have loops somewhere in the future, you'll be able to pan those loops to the right and not mix things up at the front of house. So let's start by adding a song. I'm going to take a look at this weekend's set list. And our first song is Unstoppable God. It's just the planning center for the weekend. So let's go ahead and add, why don't we just add 4 songs to start, and then we will start editing them. So I want to add just the plus button here on the patch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 untitled songs. And what you can do is just, if you click on a patch, and then click again on the name, you can type in Unstoppable God. And then what's our next 2 songs? Oceans and This I Believe. So let's put in Oceans and This I Believe. The last song in the set is 10,000 Reasons. Now, if there are already songs in the template from the weekend before or anything like that, what you can do is just come back to them, single click on the name again, and rename those songs and just reuse them. There's nothing wrong with that. So I have usually my start, my welcome, and my sermon just as a way to, folders as a way to separate them. If you need to create another folder, you can do new set here in the settings. And that set will give you a new folder, but I don't want that, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on it and delete it. So we'll put Unstoppable God up at the start, and then after the welcome come these 3, so we can just drag and drop those in there. So next thing to do is to start getting the right BPMs and time signatures. So Unstoppable God, you want to make sure that there are 2 things clicked. You can unclick program change, and then you want has time signature and change tempo to. Now what that's going to show is whether it's 6/8 or 4/4, whatever you're doing, and then the BPM as well. So I usually find this just from Planning Center. Most of our normal songs have it on Planning Center. So if you go to Unstoppable God and click your little down menu here, you can see it's a 4/4 song and it's at 132. So you can either double click and 132, or you can use the arrows to go up and down. So we go to Oceans, same process. We will find Oceans. It's at 66 BPM at 4/4. So program change has time signature and tempo, 66. And what I usually do for any song under 75, I'll actually change the time signature to 8/2. And what this does is it makes the downbeat the actual 66 BPM, but then there's a beat in between each, which it's nice for slower songs to be able to have that subdivided click. Sounds a little bit tighter, it's easier to follow. So This I Believe, same process, 71. This is another one, again, I'll probably do 2/8 for it, and then 10,000 Reasons, 72 at 4/4. So 72, and I'll probably do 2/8 again just to subdivide that click. But you can do 4/4 if you want to, or the band is struggling with it. You can just change that time signature back to 4/4, and it'll be just one click for every beat. So now that we have this set up, if we weren't running any loops, we're good to go for the weekend. Our metronome is running into our click and cues, and from there it's panned all the way left. So the last thing to do before anything will work is you have to come up here and hit this metronome button. That'll turn the metronome on and off. And when you do that, you'll hear it start playing, and you can just press the space bar or whatever MIDI controller you're using that's assigned to these buttons up here. You can use them to start playing and pausing the songs. So should be able to move through to Oceans and play. So Unstoppable God is in 4/4, so you'll hear one upbeat and then 3 downbeats. And Ocean, since it's so much slower, we subdivided it, so you'd count it out 2, 3, 4. So that's the basic of how to make your click songs and how to make click track work for you. Usually we just take it straight out the headphone port, and the left side goes to a click track DI, and the right side goes to loops if we're going to use loops. And I think in a different video we will show how to import your loops and make all of that work. So thanks a lot.